Welcome to Off the Shelf. I'm Christine, and joining me today is fellow librarian Anna.
Hello.
And we are so excited to talk about Latinx Heritage Month. It's celebrated from September 15th to October 15th. And this is a month of wonderful time to celebrate the vibrant cultures, rich histories, and invaluable contributions of people with ancestry from across Latin America. We want to highlight some of these incredible books that showcase the immense talent and diversity within Latinx literature. So join us in celebrating by adding a few of these fantastic titles to your reading list. Let us know in the comments what you think of these picks and if you have any you would like to add. And if you wish to be notified of new videos, be sure to like and subscribe below. But for now, we're going to get to those books.
Grab a cafe or a cafecito as we begin our recommendations for Latinx Heritage Month.
So why don't you get us started off with some various fiction picks?
Sure. I think we should start off first with Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. So this is a story about a family, the secrets we keep, and how to love after betrayal and grief. Of course, it's set partially in New York City and the La República Dominicana, or the Dominican Republic. Another classic would be The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. It's a classic coming-of-age novel about a Chicana, Esperanza Cordero, growing up in Chicago. The novel deals with expectation versus reality of the American dream. Told through a series of vignettes, this story is about Chicago Chicanos. Our next genre would be magical realism.
It's one of my favorites.
Of course, it's a genre pioneered by Latin American authors. First, I think we should start off with The House of Spirits by Isabel Allende.
Really nice.
This is a moving story that follows the personal lives of 3 generations of the Trubia family, set against the backdrop of an ever-shifting political landscape. Of course, it takes place in Allende's home country of Chile. And you can't talk about magical realism without talking about Marquez.
Oh. I have not read this book yet, but I've heard such wonderful things, so I can't wait for you to talk a little bit about it.
This is one of those books when we talk about magical realism that we always bring up. It's, of course, 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So this is the Nobel Prize winning novel, which might be, like we said, one of the best examples of Latin American magical realism. The story follows the 7 generations of the Buendia family, founders of the fictional utopia of Macondo. The story also focuses in on the unraveling of this utopia and its founding family after the corruption of the outside world arrives. Of course, this is a story about colonialism, and it is set in Garcia Marquez's home country of Colombia. Okay, I think another genre that you have to discuss, which is kind of closely related to magical realism, is horror.
Yes.
There's a lot of famous horror authors from Latin America. One of my favorite I've read recently is A Sunny Place for Shady People. It's actually an anthology. It's by Mariana Enriquez. It's translated by Megan McDowell. It is set in Argentina, which is Enriquez's home country. It involves stories about ghosts, true crime, metamorphosis, black-eyed kids, and it's really just a gripping and moving kind of short story anthology, which kind of is set around the paranormal, but it also kind of talks about what it means to be human. So I think it's really interesting.
So one that I've recently read is Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. Is that correct? All right. And it's translated from the Spanish. It is a romance, a horror, a historical fiction. We have vampires and the vaqueros face off during the Mexican-American War.
Cowboys, nice.
I expected more vampires, but the amount that was in there was really good, so I very much enjoyed it. She is also the author of La Hacienda, which is considered Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. This was a big favorite of Katie's, for those. The other one that I'm looking forward to reading, just came out, is The Bewitching by Silva Moreno Garcia. And it's a multi-generational horror saga from the author of Mexican Gothic.
There's a theme
going on there.
Generationals.
Yes. So this is 3 women from 3 different eras, and they each encounter danger and witchcraft.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think we should focus it on anthologies, particularly nonfiction ones.
Okay.
I like anthologies because you kind of get a feel for
A lot of different things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, different voices. One that we have right now, which I think is particularly interesting, is Daughters of Latin America. It is an international anthology of writing by Latine women, edited by Sandra Guzman. It's a dazzling cross-genre anthology, which includes the legendary authors such as Elizabeth Acevedo, Julia Alvarez, Ana Castillo, Sandra Cisneros, Anise Nin, Audre Lorde, and Helena Maria Viramontes, and Jamaica Kincaid.
Wow, very nice.
Okay.
So next, I think we were going to talk about some poetry.
Yeah, of course. I mean, poetry, so many classic Latinx poets, Neruda. But actually, we're not going to be talking about Neruda. We're going to be talking about a book of poetry written by Melania Luisa Marta. It's called Plantains and Our Becoming. This is a beautiful and intense poetry anthology that looks at identity and what it means to be Afro-Latinx and what it means to be part of the Black diaspora, what it means to be part of the Black diaspora.
Wow, nice.
Okay.
Cool.
And it takes place half in La República Dominicana and Haiti, of course, on the island of Hispaniola.
Sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
Now, another one of my favorite categories, historical fiction. I love learning so much about that.
Yeah, I had to sneak this next book in. It's The Great Divide. It's a novel. It's by Cristina Henriquez. Cristina Henriquez. This is, I'm biased, I'm Panamanian, so of course this is a story about the cost, both fictional and human, of building the Panama Canal. It's a story about immigration, it's a story about capitalism, it's a story about colonialism, and it partially takes place in 2 Latin American countries, in Barbados and in Panama.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, another one, it's again on my list, I haven't read it yet, but our book club people love this book. It's A Long Petal of the Sea, and it's by Isabel Allende. It's favorite with them. And it's about 2 young people, and they flee the aftermath of the Spanish Civil War, looking for a safer place, and they wind up in jail. Now we're going to switch it up, go with a little nonfiction.
Of course, and we can't talk about Latinx nonfiction without talking about maybe one of the biggest books in Latinx nonfiction over the past couple of years, and of course, In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado, which is not only my pick, but of course, past guest
Ebony.
This is a really interesting memoir because it's not told in the traditional way that memoirs are told. Instead, Machado uses traditional narrative horror tropes to explore her time in an abusive relationship.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's riveting. It's dark. It's emotional, but it's also really innovative, and there is sort of a piece to it afterwards. And of course, Machado is Cuban American. Switching a little bit, this is not a memoir, this is more of an exploration, but Our Migrant Souls, it's a meditation on race and the meanings and myths of the term Latino itself. I figured that was appropriate for this month. And of course, it's by Pulitzer Prize winner Hector Tobar. He explores what it means to be Latino, politically and socially in the United States, particularly at this time. What does the term Latino mean? Who does it encompass? Who is it historically encompassed? And who does it encompass now? I think it's a really interesting...
I think it's really appropriate for this time,
particularly since we've been having a lot of debates. Does it just mean people who live in Latin America? Does it mean Hispanics? What does it mean? Of course, Tobar is Guatemalan American. And this next one, once again, is just a little bit of fun, but I couldn't not include a book about mola. Mola, of course, is the traditional art of the Guna people of Panama. We have to, recognize indigenous.
You showed me some of those pictures. Absolutely amazing.
It's this intricate fabric art. It's gorgeous, and you've probably seen it and never realized
that's what you were looking at.
Yeah. Of course, I wanted to highlight some indigenous artwork during this month.
Okay, good. All right, now lastly, I guess it's a category of mine that's a favorite, probably a lot of other people, cookbooks, because who doesn't like food?
Everybody loves a cookbook.
Good food.
Right? And what better to learn about a culture through its cuisine?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think our first is Nopalito, which is by Gonzalo Gonzalez Guzman. And it's just a really cool look at a traditional Mexican kitchen. Of course, Nopalito is cactus. Yeah, so that's just a very traditional Mexican food. It's delicious. Have you ever had it?
I have never had cactus.
You ever had cactus tacos?
You have to make me some.
I'll make you some. It's very good. A lot of work, but I think it's worth it. Yeah. Of course, and then we also have Salsa Daddy by Rick Martinez, which is just a new kind of take, a new versus traditional take on Mexican cooking.
I have had salsa.
Yeah, I've heard that about you.
Yes.
And my favorite, of course, is Diasporican, which is a Puerto Rican cookbook but also includes like recipes from the Puerto Rican diaspora, including one of my favorite diaspora recipes from Puerto Rico, which is the plantain sandwich.
Oh. Another one. I've never had plantains. I know they're different than bananas, so but it's one of those ones I want to have tried.
I'll make you it. I'll make you it.
Cool.
Yeah.
We hope you like these titles. You can drop a comment, let us know what you think of them, or if you have any other titles that you would like us to look into. We hope you join us next month for spooky season, where we're going to look into horror, thrillers, everything, get us all ready for Halloween. But until next time, happy reading.
Sounds like fun.